What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to another pre-season match day here on Anfield Agenda. Obviously, the Reds taking on Osasuna today, less than 24 hours, or just over 24 hours, I should say, after they took on Athletic Bilbao yesterday. And thank you all for being with me. Apologies that I'm a few minutes late. I won't lie to you, I slept really late last night because I took some medication to help me sleep, and I just went and slept right through. So I'm up, I'm ready, I'm all good to go. I just need to get the scoreboard sorted out here, and yeah, we'll be all good to go. So how are we all feeling? Let me just fix these two scoreboards from yesterday because they're still showing the old scores of the 1-1 from yesterday. So give me 2 seconds and I'll get stuck straight into the chat. Cool, good, all good to go. How are we? Imagine disliking the stream before it starts, said Mick Wall. Mick, this is what happens with jealousy, mate, and people who are just not nice people. Big meanies, Mick, that's all they are. How are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? I hope that you're all well. I do love coming in and watching a bit of pre-season with you guys. So we'll go through the starting 11 momentarily. Of course, a lot of changes as you would expect. 2 games in 24 hours. You're not going to expect to see, the same teams or anything like that. But let's have a look at what Kloppo was gone with for today. Queevin Kelleher starts off in goal. Nico Williams at right back. Canade and Joe Gomez are the centre-back pairing, with Costa Simicas coming in at left back. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho and Curtis Jones make up the midfield. Then Cade Gordon, Takumi Minamino and Bobby Firmino make up the attacking trio. And I've got to say, I am really excited at the prospect of seeing how Cade Gordon gets on today. Obviously, I hope Bobby has a good game as well. Curtis Jones, lots to look forward to. And I think we'll all have an eye on Costa Simicas today as well, won't we? After the injury that was picked up by Andy Robertson yesterday. So, fingers crossed when the news comes back on Andy, it's not too serious, but all eyes will definitely be on Costa Simicas today to see how he gets on. Harry Rowland said you're watching it at Anfield. You lucky boy, Harry. Any issues, mate, getting in with the tickets today, or had they sorted it out? Because I know people going yesterday, it was a bit of a nightmare trying to get into the ground. Now, our very own Jack Gill is at the game today as well. He'll be doing some stuff on the socials, and I'd seen a couple of messages into our WhatsApp group saying he was having some issues, I think with traffic mainly in and around the area. So, yeah. Craig, we need merch, said Anthony Jacobs. Do you know, myself and Connor have spoken about the merch thing quite a bit, and I guess the real reason we don't have any merch really is I don't think we're big enough to sell merch. This all leads back into me not understanding why anybody watches, because I don't think we're any type of a big deal or at, and so the idea of selling merch to me in my little mind sounds a bit egotistical. Now, if people want some Anfield Agenda merch or some Liverpool Team Day merch, we can certainly work on it. And we were looking at some really good hoodies from the likes of O'Neill's and some well-known brands who we've been in contact with. So, leave it with me, buddy. I'll look into it, but I have to convince myself that it's actually something that, people would be interested in, rather than just me going on an ego trip and saying, yeah, let's sell some merch. Liz said she loves her AA mug. Thank you, Liz. I'm glad to hear that. That's good news. Craig, love the watch along. You're the best. Thank you, mate. No Connor with me today. It is just little old me, ladies and gentlemen. But I have to say, I really enjoyed having Mr. Crosby with me yesterday. And I think it's something we're going to look to do more regularly throughout the season. Connor in, mic'd up on the other side as well. I'll be the one in front of camera. But yeah, we're hoping to do a bit more with Connor chipping in with some background vocals. And we'll get him to sing along at some point, won't we? We'll get him to join the Now Anfield Agenda sing along. What's up, everybody? And by the way, Wednesday night I'll be joining Mark Goldbridge. We'll be kicking off the That's Football season together with the Super Cup on Wednesday, so I hope you guys can join us for that over on That's Football. It'll be the first time since the Euros that myself and Mark have done a stream together, so that should be lots of fun as well. Good luck to Liverpool from a United fan, thank you. Dondre De Silva, very kind of you, dude. Am I looking a bit pale or bright today, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know, I'm messing around with my camera here, and I'm feeling like I'm looking a bit bright and a bit pale, so I'm going to mess around with the settings a little bit, because there's nothing that annoys me more than how pernickety or how annoying these cameras are. They're mad. They're so sensitive. So let's have a look here. Let's try and turn the brightness down a little bit and see if that works. Right. We need a little bit more contrast, I think, maybe. What do you think? We'll do this live together and see how we get on. Bit of gamma. What's the gamma situation? Oh, that's a bit orange, Craig. Face looking a bit orange there. Saturation. Let's see how we get on with that one. Ooh, that's too bad. And hue shift. Let's have a mess around with hue shift. Oh, look, that's very orange. So let me see. What's that looking like? Looking healthier, looking weirder. I'm still messing around with it. This is why Connor should be here. Oh, that's a bit dark. Go a bit further, a bit further, a bit further. That looks somewhat human. Maybe drop the brightness down a tad. There. I think I look somewhat human with that one. What are we saying, folks? You're in the spotlight, mate. I technically am. You're right. Yeah, there is a big bright LED ahead of me. Yeah, which is tough. It sweats. You wouldn't believe the heat that's actually produced by these LED lights when you're sitting under them. You have yellow jaundice. Well, I don't, but I'm a little bit touchy about that particular word, mate. Sorry, because my dad had it with his liver issues. I know you didn't mean that and buy it, but I get where you're coming from. Do you know what? Let me turn the yellow down on the light 1 second. I don't think I've ever done this on the stream before, but I'm going to stand up and move. So 1 sec. Let me just turn this yellow down a little bit and see if we can't get rid of some of that yellow. Right, there. The yellow's being turned down. I am back down. I am back here. Oh, the rain's pissing down outside, ladies and gentlemen. She's pissing. Joanne, thank you for the super sticker, our onset super sticker. Suddenly I have a craving for orange juice. I guess that means I'm still well too orange. So we go back to the camera then, will we? And see what we can do. Right, 1 second. Keep your score predictions coming in, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Your thoughts on the starting 11 and, of course, your thoughts on Andy Robertson yesterday, because I'm still very worried about that whole situation, and obviously I hope that he comes back quickly. Right, gamma, chameleon. Contrasts. Brightness. What if I turn the brightness right down? That's a bit too low, methinks. Hue shift. Don't want to go too red. Don't want to go too orange. It's so temperamental, these bleeding cameras. Saturation. Gamma. Brightness. Saturation. Where is it contrast or saturation? This is why Connor needs to be around. He's useless. Now, hue shift. I think I need a bit more colour in the cheek. No, not hue shift, it's gamma, isn't it? What are we saying, folks? Does that look a bit more human? Craig B, my husband. Unfortunately, Craig B already married Rick, but don't worry, Rick, because I'm never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around and hurt you, never going to say goodbye. Don't know the rest of the words, Rick, sorry. Looks good now, thank you. It's still annoying me, but, you know, it's the best we can do in the circumstances that we have. Thanks for liking and pinning my comment on Insta, Craig. Appreciate it. Well, you're thanking the wrong dude, Luke, to be honest. I mean, I'm fully happy to accept your thanks and all that, Luke, but this colour isn't right. It's annoying me. I mean, it's not showing my glorious real tan. Let's mess around with the camera a bit more and see if we can get that too. I tell you what, that looks a bit better to me, folks. That looks a bit better. Right, anyway, how are we feeling? Craig rickrolled us. You might think this is a joke, Walter, but genuinely, I love Rick Astley, and I'm always going around singing Rick Astley songs. Badly, getting the lyrics wrong, but I'm always annoying my missus by them. Watch along for Brentford Arsenal on Friday. I think, Ramadan, I'm doing that game on That's Football, I think. Any truth to the Barnes links? See, I don't really want to talk too much about transfers because I might do a late night agenda after the watch along today and we'll go through it all then. But I've told you guys for the longest times, people who are regular viewers of Anfield Agenda will know, I've said to you guys about our interest in Harvey Barnes, Pedro Neto for a very long time. But everybody keeps trying and wanting to believe all the ITKs on Twitter rather than Uncle Craigo, who never lies to you. And I've told you that the club have been tracking Harvey Barnes for a while. Now, whether that turns into a bid or not, that remains to be seen. Because that I can't tell you, and I don't know. Rick Astley is the man. Damn right, he's the man, Crosby. Do you know what else, Crosby, though? The man would help sort out my camera issues, but you're not the man. You a fool, Crosby, a fool! Just seen a picture of Robbo on crutches. Yeah, well, I would expect that, to be fair. Is the game delayed 15 minutes again? Nah, that couldn't be true, is it? Is honestly Connor? Well, it's Connor that's saying it, so yeah. I mean, if Connor's saying it, it's got to be true, because he wouldn't be on a wind-up, so I guess we've got an extra 15 minutes of karaoke, ladies and gentlemen. So you know, let's belt out the old tunage. He's a centre half, he's a number 4. Watch him defend and watch him score. He'll pass the ball, come as you like. He's motherfucking Virgil van Dijk. He's Virgil van Dijk. Yes, I am available for bar mitzvahs, for weddings, for funerals, for anything else that you want to annoy people at. Connor wouldn't put in that there was a delay unless there was a delay, mate, because Connor's the other half of the channel. So, you know, I know it's a 7 o'clock kickoff, but when I see Connor putting in that it's a delay of 15 minutes, I know it's true because he's the other half of Anfield Agenda. So it would be, he'd have no interest in lying to me because he knows that he'd go across my knee and get a spanking in a very non-sexual way. Maybe not. No, the spanking would be definite. Would be like a full whoopah. Yeah, how, do you know what baffles me? And I'm sure it baffles you guys as well. Obviously my singing's after annoying a few people because we lost about 40 viewers there, but oh well. How can it, and I'm not just blaming this on Liverpool because I know United had issues with it and other clubs have as well, but how on earth can you spend so much money implementing a new ticketing system and being a company valued at over a couple of billion quid and still shit the bed? 2 days in a row. You would have imagined that after yesterday they'd have gone out of their way to make sure it was okay for today, but yet still it looks like people are having trouble getting in and the game is being delayed, which is, I mean, to be fair, from what I'm seeing now with 10 minutes to go, it looks like there's a fair few in, more than we'd seen yesterday at around the same time before the game was originally set to kick off. Is Connor my husband? No, mate. I'm married to a lady and I've got 2 children. Connor's just my bit on the side. You know, Connor's just my man whore. How can I watch the game, Craig? I know, mate, this sounds like a shitty answer and you probably know the bleeding obvious answer, but the only way of legally watching it that I'm aware of is LFC TV and LFC TV Go. Now, I know that you're hoping I give you a link to a site or something, but I can't do it, mate, because, you know, we'd be closed down. Fans can't get in the stadium again. I know, I'm trying to keep in contact with our own Jack Gill, who's actually at the game. Let's see what he's putting into the WhatsApp groups. So Jack said, traffic in surrounding areas, only just got there and have problems getting in, I reckon. Yeah, getting out after can be a nightmare at times as well. We usually park at the Arkles, it's hit and miss. So yeah, Jack's having some trouble getting in there as well. So keep an eye on the Anfield Agenda socials throughout the game as well, because Jack will be doing bits and pieces on Instagram and posting stuff to the Anfield Agenda Twitter. Why is Origi still here? Next question. No, look, Origi isn't playing today and Shaqiri isn't playing today, and look, you know, if we're all acting as adults here, you'd be thinking that themselves as well as Nat Phillips are probably on the way out. I mean, let's be adult about this. They're probably on the way out. Let's have a look at the bench today. Karius is on the bench. He's got more chance of playing for Liverpool this season. Well, I've got more chance of playing for Liverpool this season than Karius has with regards to a competitive fixture. Davies, Ben Davies, Reece Williams, Beck, Bradley, Thiago. Hendo's on the bench, which is great today. Woodburn, Clarkson, Kane. Origi is on the bench, but will he get minutes or not? I don't know. No Shaqiri. Does that mean that his move is inching a little bit closer perhaps to Italy? I would suggest so. But let's see if Origi gets minutes or not. It seems to be that he, of the ones that the club are looking to perhaps move on or free up an overseas squad place, Divock certainly seems to be the toughest one to find a move for want of a better phrase. I'm so excited about seeing Kay Gordon. I mean, if this is what some of us would call a backup team, now obviously some of these boys would be in the starting 11. Firmino would obviously be in the starting 11. There's a good show for Bobby to be in the starting 11. But other than that, if you're looking at this, Canada will probably be in the starting 11. It ain't too shabby, is it? So what I mean, Joe Gomez, Costas Tsimikas, Nico Williams, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Cade Gordon, Takumi Minamino. Some interesting opportunities for some of these guys today to really stamp themselves in the mind of Jurgen Klopp ahead of the season. Who's Gordon? Is he any good? Yes. We signed him from Derby County, mate. He's I think he's still only 16 years of age, but he is sensational, and yeah, you'll be very excited to watch him play. He usually plays in off that right hand side, and he's a bag of tricks, and I really like what I've seen of him, to be honest. I'm not sure if he is, Tom, if he's 16 or 17, but he's one of the two. Rihanna said it's your first time here. Welcome in, Pat. Nice to have you with us. Hope you're well. Two strong teams yesterday and today, said Luke Almond. Absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree with you more. Which is kind of mad considering I think we're all almost in unison in saying that the squad needs to be strengthened a little bit, but yeah, we do have two pretty decent teams out today. And yesterday, I should say, excuse me. When does it start? It was supposed to start at 7, but it's been delayed 15 minutes because there's a new ticketing system. I think it's an NFT type system where the tickets on your phone, and there seems to be some teething issues over the last couple of days with the system. So I guess they're just trying to sort that out and make sure they get everybody into the stadium before the game gets underway. But how great is it to see fans back inside Anfield again? I mean, I listened to the rendition of "You'll Never Walk Alone" from yesterday's game against Bilbao, and it was just great to hear and see people back inside Anfield. And even looking at it now, it's bringing a smile to my face just seeing people there. Like, it's great, it's brilliant. Craig, your wife or Klopp? My wife, mate. My wife trumps everybody in my eyes. Without my wife, I wouldn't be shit, and I mean that sincerely. She is the saviour. So yeah, the wife goes above everybody. Be interested to see if Tsimikas is up for the Premier League. Well, I guess, James, we're probably going to find out, mate, because with Robbo's injury, which we aren't fully aware of the extent of yet. There are some rumours going around, everything from 5-6 weeks right up to 3 months. But I'm not going to speculate until the club make a statement. So I'll just go along with everybody else in saying that we're hoping for the best. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see when the scan takes place and what the results show. And yeah, while you are waiting for the game to start, ladies and gentlemen, please do take a second, drop a like on the stream. And we are less than 100 subscribers away from 114k. So if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. And yeah, let's have a bit of fun today because this is the last pre-season game before the Reds season kicks off at 5:30 on Saturday against Norwich away. I'll be doing the game from 5 o'clock here on Anfield Agenda. We'll have a post-match show afterwards as well. And then you'll have a second post-match show where Jack Gill comes on and gives his reaction to the game. Tomorrow night on Anfield Agenda, I've got the lads coming on for a live podcast. Myself, Steve Bland and Jack Gill will be back again. 8:45 tomorrow. The three of us will be here, much like we did the other day. I'm also recording late tomorrow night with Alex Goldberg, who is a Chelsea fan, a very well-known Chelsea fan as well. That will be coming out later on in the week. So much stuff coming up. Don't go anywhere. Hit the subscribe button. Stay here with us. And help Craig buy a Lambo. Because I want a Lambo. So, Lambo. Lambo. Did I mention Lambo? Lambo. Not Lambeau Field. I'm not that greedy. Just a Lambo. Do you know what the real funny thing is, actually? Even if I ever got to a point in life, which I clearly won't, but even if I ever did get to a point where I could afford a Lambo, I wouldn't buy one. Because I'd shit myself driving one. I'd probably still be in my big old man mobile, something big and comfortable and safe, because I'm such a pussy. Craig, you and Mark and AFTV are the best. Now let me correct that for you, just so we can make this statement absolutely spot on. Me and Mark are the best. You can stop it right there. Draw the line right down from there, because that is a factually correct statement. The rest, each to their own. I'm not here to badmouth other people, but I don't like being put in the same sentence as that particular channel, put it that way. Elliot or Jones? Do you know, this is, the lads are out on the pitch. No, they're not. This is last season, because Jeannie's there. So they're showing us lads out on the pitch, and I'm thinking, oh, they're out! Why is Jeannie there? Because they're shown last season, Craig. Where was I going with this? Elliot or Jones? Somebody asked me this yesterday, and I know I answered it, and I'm going to answer it the same way, but I'm going to try and justify the answer again. I am blown away by what I've seen of Harvey Elliott in pre-season. I know Curtis Jones is ready for the Premier League, but Harvey Elliott, I truly believe, can be... This is going to sound very brazen, and this is going to sound like I'm trying to make excuses for not spending money. Hand on heart, I believe Harvey Elliott has what it takes to become and be mentioned in the same level as Sancho, Foden, Mount, and those other young great English talents. I truly believe that. So, excuse me. So yeah, I really believe in Harvey Elliott a lot. The game's on LFC TV, Maddie. Has Hendo signed yet? No. Now, on the Hendo situation, I suppose it is an interesting one, isn't it? Because we all want our captain to be happy. I think we're all in unison on that one. We all agree together that we want Jordan Henderson happy. But I have to say, I do understand the position of the club or the manager or whoever looking at a player who's currently 31, that is contracted for 2 more years, that will bring him to 33. I don't think there's anything wrong with leaving it another year and then seeing how the lay of the land is, and okay, maybe give Hendo a little pay rise, but certainly make him feel loved, make him feel like he's part of Kloppo's plans, which of course he would be as the club captain. But of all the stuff I've moaned about with regards to transfers and contract renewals, and I'm, I've been spreading the Hendo propaganda for years because I love the lad, but I do understand the hesitancy to extend the contract of a guy who's going to be 33, and we don't know what the next 2 years will hold for Jordan Henderson with regards to potential injuries and stuff. So, of all the stuff we've spoken about throughout the summer and pre-season, this is the one that I found the hardest to make an argument as to why I kind of understand it, because I genuinely do get it. Like, it's ruthless, but I understand the reasoning behind it. But at the same time, none of us don't want the captain to be happy. Hope that makes some sense. FSG can get out. Look, I'm certainly not an FSG in or an FSG apologist person. I can point to a lot of things that they've done wrong, and I want them to put their hands in their scabby pockets and spend some money before the window's out. No arguments there. Now, when you look at what's going on at Inter Milan, depending on depending on what you read and who you believe, there's talk of a fire sale all the way through to a possible liquidation at Inter Milan, depending on what reports you believe. Now, we know that Romelu Lukaku's on his way back to Stamford Bridge for just under £100 million. Spurs have had a bid lodged and I think rejected. Or maybe accepted, I don't know, but they've certainly put a bid in for Lautaro Martinez. I'd love us to be looking at Nicolo Barella. But then you look at the likes of Barcelona, who are up shit creek financially. Why aren't English clubs testing the resolve on the likes of Pedri or Ansu Fati or Frankie de Jong or some of the other players? And I actually seen a list of the Barcelona wages yesterday, and two things stood out for me. So, go back 2 seasons, not last season, the season before it. On the paper, on the books, from what I seen, Antoine Griezmann was making 400 grand a week and Felipe Coutinho was making 200 grand a week. Right now, Coutinho was probably on loan at that point at Bayern, if my memory's right. So probably they were covering some of his wages. But the following season, the contract of Antoine Griezmann that I'd seen showed 850 grand a week in wages, and Coutinho was back up over 400 grand a week in wages. Now you see why they're so quick to try and want these guys off the wage book. And Frankie de Jong, by the way, was on in excess of 400 grand a week as well for such a young player. So it's very easy to understand how they're up shit creek financially. And the wages that they've been paying some of these guys are just beyond ridiculous. Because, yeah, okay, you look at the Premier League, you look at the money that United pays some players and wages. I know, as much as I want to banter and hate United, I know United can genuinely afford those wages because United are a money-making machine. But the wages that Barcelona have been thrown around, along with the ridiculous transfer fees that they've thrown around for Dembele, Coutinho, for Antoine Griezmann, and on top of course, Messi's huge salary, you know, chickens are coming home to roost. And I think Premier League clubs should be going in and cherry picking and putting pressure on the Spanish clubs and any of the other clubs around Europe who have suffered both either because of COVID or because of financial mismanagement. Now's the time to capitalise, because we all know if it is the other way round, and when it has been the other way round, these fuckers didn't stop coming to our clubs and trying to cherry pick. They weren't coming in like Real Madrid came in to get Ronaldo out of United. Barcelona came in to get Coutinho out of Liverpool. We've seen Gareth Bale be taken from Spurs, and it happens over and over again. So shoes on the other foot now, and I'd like to see us and other English clubs go in and start flexing that financial muscle. What have we got? Would I take Coutinho back? No. Absolutely, 100%. Opinion, he's done. Like, he's been out since January with a knee injury. He went on loan, nobody wanted to buy him. He's done fuck all at Barcelona. He's been linked with clubs like Marseille, Everton, Leicester. Like, they're practically trying to give him away and still nobody wants him. So, no, I absolutely wouldn't take Coutinho back. He's 29 years of age and his best days are absolutely behind him. Now, would I take a chance on Ousmane Dembele? I genuinely think that there could be a call to be made there, because injury prone, yes, had some bad injuries, reportedly had some attitude issues. I can't deny or lie about that as well, but you know, if you could get him for a reasonable fee, and you know, Klopp felt that he could manage him, that would make far more sense to me than an over-the-hill 29-year-old broken Felipe Coutinho. But how I love when stuff like this happens, by the way. Like, I love that we got the best of Torres before we sold him. Yes, you can say Torres went and won stuff at Chelsea. I won't argue with you there, but he never played the same. We got the best out of Felipe Coutinho. He went to Barcelona, got his dream move, was never the same. And I hope that this is a reminder to some players who look at, you know, moves away from the club and understand that some of the reason why you play so well at Anfield is of course down to the player's own hunger, desire and ability, but it's also because of the unwavering love and support that you get inside that stadium, and because of the tremendous coaches that we have at the club. So, you know, the old phrase, the grass isn't always greener, does apply a lot of the time. Bernadette, nice to see you in. I hope you're well. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to become a member of the channel, you can hit that blue join button or have a look in the link in the description. Membership's $4.99 a month. It gets you into our exclusive Discord group, which is for members only. It gets you use of the Anfield Agenda emojis that we use on match days. You get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name, which changes colour the longer you're with us, and your name appears in green to me and other members, making it easier to spot your comments. You can also send super chats, super stickers and all that stuff as well. But most importantly, one thing I'd ask you to do if you are new is just hit the subscribe button. That's it. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Let's see if we can get up to 1,000 likes again on the stream. The game is delayed, yes, for those coming in late. It's delayed. It's going to be kicking off at 7:15. I agree with Baxton there. I think Coutinho's finished as well, my man. I agree with you. And look, there's some of the emojis that Liz and Bernadette have come in. So we've got the famous one, the original, the old Anfield Agenda fuck 'em emoji, because that's what we basically say to people who are being arseholes. Fuck 'em. And then we've got the Craig's bald head emoji, WFM, goal, Kloppo, Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Craig, Ric Flair, Woo, Bobby Firmino, C. Senor, Diogo Jota. We've got the Premier League trophy, the Blame Connor emoji, and the Sadio one as well. So, and we're going to be adding more to them soon. Canade's first game at Anfield, yeah, what a moment that's going to be from Theo. You know, hopefully an occasion that Ibrahim Kanade will remember for the rest of his life, because I tell you what, he still has the best kit release video, or the best number release video I've ever seen. That was a thing of beauty that he did, that kit reveal, that number reveal that he did with his friends in Paris. That was absolutely amazing. Do I think we'll sign anyone? Yes, I do, mate. 100%. I've said it all along, and I'm going to stay consistent on that. I do think we will sign somebody. If we even look at Klopp's comments yesterday, and look, I still have them on my phone, so let's go back to them. What Kloppo was saying yesterday around this. So, sorry. Loads of stuff on my phone. So, Kloppo said, when he was asked about the summer transfer dealings, I'm very happy with the squad, but that doesn't mean we don't look at the market. There might be something happening before the end of the transfer window, but I can't say anything at the moment. Now, you know me, folks. I do like to get excited, but if that doesn't tell you that Kloppo thinks that he's going to make a signing, I don't know what does, because he's often said before, we're happy with the squad, we're happy with what we're working with. That, to me, shows a clear indication that we're working on something and that he thinks something will happen before the end of the window. That's how I read that. Now, of course, please don't take that and I say as gospel, but that's how I read it. Craig, would you take Luis Suarez back at Liverpool? Sort of yes and sort of no. But I suppose the whole point of answering the question, Joe, mate, is kind of a mute point, because he's already said that he's going to stay at Atleti, that he feels loved at Atletico. I watched the interview with him after they won the Liga, and this was put to him, and he said that, you know, he's loved there, he's 1 more year on his contract, he's enjoying his time there, and yeah, it looks dead cert that he'd stay at Atleti for the next season, from what I know of anyway. Doku and Sanchez, and we're all happy. There's been a lot of talk, Emmett, over the last 24 hours around Jeremy Doku. Now, you know, originally what I had said, read, and what others have said was that Doku was somebody that we were looking at maybe leaving at Ron for another year, letting him develop, and then going back. But there has been some talk over the past 24 hours about a 45 million euro or 40 million euro, which would translate to somewhere between 34 and 38 million pound roughly, bid for Jeremy Doku. And look, would I be happy with Doku? Absolutely. I'd be over the moon with Jeremy Doku, if I'm being honest with you. But we all know the one name. We all know what we should be doing. We all know that there's only really two possibilities for a certain player at this moment in time. And yes, Real Madrid are probably the favourite possibility, but if there is no working behind the scenes to try and get Kylian Mbappe, or see if it's even possible, I would genuinely be baffled, because this is the summer. Because if they're going to bring Messi into PSG, which I believe they've booked the Eiffel Tower for that unveiling, so if they're going to bring in Messi to PSG, and they've got Neymar's wages on there, and you know they've got other high-earning players, they've brought in Donnarumma, they've brought in Hakimi, they've brought in Ramos, all on fairly good contracts, Gini Wijnaldum, then he has to go somewhere. And to balance the books, surely there's no way that PSG will just allow Kylian Mbappe to run down his contract 1 year and then let him go. So, you know, to me this summer, you know, the betting money would probably go on Real Madrid. Of course it would. I mean, but, you know, Real Madrid has its negative points at this moment in time as well. You know, Florentino Perez has been exposed of horrendously speaking about former and current players of the club. He's still standing behind the Super League. And if you're representing Kylian Mbappe, would you honestly say to him, go to Real Madrid there, fella, but there is a chance that you might not be playing Champions League football for a couple of seasons. If UEFA win that appeal in the court in Luxembourg and they ban Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus for 2 years, let's say, from European competition for refusing to step away from the Super League, how would that affect Kylian Mbappe? Because he wants a Ballon d'Or, he wants to win the Champions League, and his next move will be with that in mind. So I know it's easy to sit here and go he's going to Real Madrid, and it's probably right, but there are other ways to look at this. Right, teams are in the tunnel anyway, so we're getting closer and closer to kick-off, which is great. There's Mighty Red, you bastard. I don't like... Look at you, you smug fucker. I don't like Mighty Red, ladies and gentlemen. He gets on my nerves. Do I think Cade Gordon should go on loan? If Cade Gordon was to go on loan, I wouldn't send him to the Championship. I would send him to the likes of a Borussia Dortmund, an Ajax, somebody like that, where he is more likely to get game time and freedom to express himself in a less physical league than maybe the Championship. Craig Conn said, check your WhatsApp. Okele. So, Andrew Robertson said, thanks to everyone for the kind messages and support. Scans suggest nothing too major, but there's some ligament damage which will need to mend. I'll be grafting every day so I can help the team again sooner rather than later. Good luck. Which is great news. I mean, brilliant. A little bit of ligament damage, but nothing too major. That's absolutely fantastic. So, look, we don't want to miss Robbo for any games, but if it is a couple of weeks or whatever, brilliant. Great news. Thank you for sending that to me, Connor. And thank you, Mark, as well. So yeah, a bit of positive news around Andy Robertson there, ladies and gentlemen. Scan showed nothing major. That's the takeaway that I take from that. And as he said, he'll be grafting to get back as soon as possible. And we know that there's no better boyo to be grafting to get back than Andy Robertson. So always happy to have a little bit of good news like that. So yes, well done to everybody involved. And let's give Andy Robertson an extra special choo-choo for the Flying Scotsman, because we do love a bit of Robbo. Have I heard anything about an announcement coming up? No. Now, there is talk that Liverpool have booked St George's Hall for the 12th of August, I believe. But I'll be honest with you, other than the talk that it's for some really delayed trophy presentation for the Premier League, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo what it's about. The only other thing I could potentially think of is the third kit reveal. But they're the only things that I can think of at this moment in time. Joanne, lovely to see the thumbs up super sticker. Thumbs up right back at you, my friend. Thank you very much. We are now going to be on the way soon, ladies and gentlemen. The lads are out on the pitch. Bobby Firmino, captain in the Reds today. You love to see it. I love a bit of Bobby propaganda. There's something that the cop wants you to know. He's the best in the world. He's Bobby Firmino. Our number 9. Passing the ball and he'll score every time. Si, senor. So bring any chance of a bottle of water, you silly whore. I'm getting killed now. Killed. Dead. Death. But it rhymed, so I surely get away with it. No? I'm a dead man. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Honestly, you know, if anything happens to me today, ladies and gentlemen, you know who did it, okay? Sabrina! Yes. Love you! City fan here. Do I think... Who's JG10 and KDB? Oh, Jack Grealish will gel. I don't give a fuck, mate, if they'll gel or not, to be honest with you. Great players. You know, I'm not denying you've got yourself some wonderful players there, mate, but whether they gel or not, you know, I hope they don't. Khalid, with all due respect, my man. But look, you've got two cracking players there, buddy. No denying that. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead.
You do.
You didn't hear it?
No.
I just asked, would there be any chance, perhaps, darling, of a bottle of water? I'm just, you know, I need to quench my thirst here. We got away with it. Right, anyway. Oh, wait, thank you very much, love. You're very kind. Love you dearly.
What's wrong with the other two bottles?
One's empty and I'm gargling through the other one here. So, Sabrina.
Great.
Rick Astley.
Fuck off.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hurt you, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna make you cry, never gonna tell a lie.
I will hurt you.
Right, the game's about to get underway anyway. Oh, God. God, we got away with it, though. We got away with it. Champione, champione, oe, oe, oe. Right, anyway. About to get underway. Not sleeping on the sofa tonight. Man sleeping good. We've known each other for so long. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. If Rick Astley ever needs someone to stand in, like, do you know what I mean? Right, anyway, folks, look, enough of the nonsensology. We're about to get underway here. Hit the subscribe button. We're really close to 114k. And if we get there, 14 butterflies will get their wings or something. Anyway, we're underway. Canade knocks the ball out. It's knocked back down. Look, don't ask me to tell you who any of the Osasuna players are, because I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm only concerned about those legends in red. Minamino in possession now. He's dispossessed. Osasuna play a ball down right hand side. Gomez. Go on, Joe. Go on. Gets a touch on it. Ooh, good defending at the back post, lad. Good defending that. I thought Osasuna were going to have a header at the back post, but I tell you what, that was good defending from young Nico. Well done, lad. You wouldn't get this commitment from any other YouTuber. Oh, Gecko. Oh, so... Nothing but love, man. Look at the lines. I need you to be my new writer, mate. There you go. Love it. Perfect. You've nailed it, sir. You've nailed it. Osasuna starting brightly here, folks. In possession. Moving the ball around. Back inside their own half. I do love that we get to watch two friendlies, 2 games in a row. Or 2 days in a row. It's class. There's Canade. Little ball inside to Fabinho. Curtis Jones back to Fabinho. Back to Canade. Is it wrong that I want to call Canade Ibra? I know that, you know, we think of Ibrahimovic. I know, of course, but... Oh, ball through. Unlucky looking for Taki. Little bit too much on it and the ball goes through to the keeper. Good vision that from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Where is Trent? He played yesterday, mate. These lads aren't going to play 2 games in in 24 hours with the Premier League starting on Saturday. This is, basically, there are some crossovers on the bench to be fair, but mainly it's two separate squads. Well in Costa Simicas, good lad. Ball into Fabinho. Fabinho gets his head up, tries another ball in behind. This time looking for Cade Gordon. I can't wait. I hope Cade Gordon gets on the score sheet today. I think his performances in pre-season have deserved it. Craig, do I think Chelsea can sign Koundé after Lukaku? Yes, I do, Ben, because it does seem that Sevilla are open to the idea of selling Jules Koundé, and I'm not going to lie, mate, it frightens the shit out of me thinking about Chelsea signing Jules Koundé and Lukaku on top of the likes of Kai Havertz, on top of Thiago Silva, on top of Timo Werner, on top of Ben Chilwell. They've made some very, very good signings. Ball switched by Osasuna right hand side. Again, well done Costas. Good start from Simicas. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Now we're finally getting to see some of the attributes that, obviously Olympiacos fans would have known about, but we're only really starting to see now over the past month or two really what Costa Simicas is all about, and I've liked what I've seen. Anyway, we have a corner to defend. Ball in, flicked on. Again, just touched away at the far post by Nico Williams, and it'll go for another Osasuna corner. Is Simicas really leaving? No, of course he's not. You hardly think we're going to let Costa Simicas leave now when Robertson is going to miss, a few weeks with a leg injury. That would be just madness. Plus, we spent so long trying to bring in a backup left back. Ball in. Again, flicked on. Osasuna have at the edge of the box. Strike doesn't trouble Queevin Kelleher's goal, and it goes behind high up into the Annie Road end for a goal kick to the Reds. News on Robbo. The news is basically that Andy Robertson put out a post that said, thanks to everybody for the kind messages and support. Scans suggest nothing too major, but there's some ligament damage which will need to mend. I'll be grafting every day so I can help the team again sooner rather than later. Good luck to the boys playing tonight. So some good news there from Robbo. Nothing too serious, which is always great to hear. Osasuna in possession now, right hand side. They try a ball over the top. Queevin Kelleher reads the flight of it well, comes out and rolls it out to Fabinho. Fabinho now to Bobby. Bobby goes out to Nico Williams. Chambo now, back inside to Fabinho. Fabinho to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who chips it across to Gomez. A little bit lax there from Gomez. He gets caught in possession, but it does go out for a Liverpool throw-in. Where have we got? Zafarop, I hope I pronounced that correctly, sir. 05 said, I'm an Olympiacos fan and trust me, we still missed Simi. Well, look, I tell you what, mate, I've been very impressed in pre-season what I've seen from Costas. I mean, he was responsible for getting us one of our goals in pre-season with his great judgment of when the keeper was about to throw the ball out, nipped in and got the ball back and set up the goal. And he looks like a good, high-energy player with a very good engine to get up and down the pitch, which is what we need in a left back. So thank you for your input, mate, and I'm sorry we took him from you, if that makes sense as well, but I do appreciate your feedback on Costas. Thank you. Craig, you should run for Taoiseach. I'd vote for you. James, I would be lying to you, and I mean this sincerely, if I said that I haven't thought about running for local government in the next 7 or 8 years. I'd be lying to you if I thought, because I think I have a different way of approaching it, with mental health and public health at the front of everything that I'd be doing. So genuinely, it's something that I've thought about in the future. If my if my recognition becomes more, if people start to, relate to who I am, understand me, saying, oh, I know this guy, I've seen this guy, Genuinely, it is something I've thought about, and for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, I think there's a lot that needs to be improved on, and I amn't shy about sending my views forward. And secondly, and this is just me being genuinely honest again, I wouldn't say no to the pension. The pension looks pretty decent. David Palmer, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. Lovely to have you with us. I hope you're well, sir. Thank you for becoming a member. Now, David and anybody else that has become a member today, if you check the community tab of our YouTube channel, you will see a link to the Discord there. You'll only see it if you're a member, which of course you are, David. If you don't see it, just refresh, buddy, and it should be there. Strike! Unlucky Costas couldn't quite get over the top of it, and it sails high into the Annie Road. Craig doing a Nico Amalana. Not quite that high. I wouldn't be running for London Mayor or anything like that, but either a local councillor or a TD, which is what I suppose you guys would call in England. What do you call them in England again? A member of Parliament, yes. We call them Choctadala TDs in Ireland. So yeah, I'm not even joking, genuinely. I know I have a take the piss side to me and all, but I like to consider myself a fairly intelligent fella that is able to articulate and express himself. And when I see some of these attempts at debates between some of these people, I just think I'd fucking rip them a new one, to be honest with you. Ball over the top. Takumi Minamino. Go on, Taki son. Go on. Look, housing crisis in Ireland, health crisis, disgraceful. Anyone in Ireland knows that. You don't need me to tell you that. But this isn't the Craig political hour. This is the watch along. Let's go back to the footy. Chamberlain. So, again, James Pearce has just given an update on the Andy Robertson situation. He said, told Andy Robertson set to be out for weeks rather than months with ankle ligament damage, which feels like positive news. Absolutely, because we all feared the worst yesterday. So, again, we had the statement from Robbo. Great to hear from James Pearce on it as well. Joe Gomez wins the header, drops that to Fabinho. Fabinho hooks it away. Oh, into some good space here. Go on, Cade, lad. Go on. That looked like... I don't know about that. It looked like he was brought down to me, Lino. He's given the throw in, but again, Cade Gordon making a nuisance of himself in a good way out on that right-hand side. Go on, look at this, go on! Great burst down the right hand side from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain there. Well done, Chambo, lad. Great turn of pace there, wins us the throw in. When's your Premier League predictions video coming out? Friday. I'm recording it on Thursday, it's coming out on Friday. How's Nico playing? He's defended well at the far post twice, Bish, so far in the game. 2 deep crosses that he's put behind it. Well done, Cade, again. Go on, Bobby, go on. Unlucky. I'll tell you what, Cade Gordon, he's something about him. He has something about him. Sorry, have I missed something in the chat? Bear with me. Harvey, I'm so sorry to hear about your uncle passing, mate. My sincere condolences to you and your family from all of us at Anfield Agenda and all of my family. Who's my favourite Liverpool player? Bobby Firmino, mate. I just love Bobby. He always puts a smile on my face and yet can still make me extremely frustrated at the same time. But yeah, man, Bobby Firmino's my favourite player, and yeah, yours is Chamberlain, which is understandable because Chamber's a really lovely, likeable guy, isn't he? But again, mate, most importantly, sincere condolences to you and your family and your uncle, and lots of love to you all. Adam, I'm not sure about a late night agenda, fella, because the game has been delayed, but Leave it with me. We'll probably make that decision, you know, half time, closer to the end of the game kind of thing. Fabinho, it depends if there's news really. I don't just want to go on and just, you know, do it just for the sake of getting some views. If there's anything breaking or transfer news or, you know, stuff starting to come out, happy to do it, no problem. Fabinho. Go on, Fab, go on. Out to Chamberlain. Switch. Just over here. I don't know why he didn't use Nico there. Nico had pulled into a wide position and wanted the ball, but Chamberlain tried the crossfield switch. It didn't work out and it goes out for an Osasuna throw in on our left hand side. We've hit 114k, you absolute legends. Please do keep hitting that subscribe button and let's see how close we can push to 115k before the season starts on Saturday. Go on, Tacky, go on, lad, go on! Oh, keeper with a save. Unlucky, son. Unlucky, Tacky. Good play by the Reds again. Takumi Minamino found himself in space on the left-hand side. A ball over the top. I think it was from Kanade. Let me just double check that. But keeper did well, made himself big, and his left foot just got it. It was from Ibrahima Kanade. Man doing bits already. Over the top, Tacky. There you go. I mean, look, what an introduction this has been for Kanade. Beautiful ball. Tacky did well, to be fair, but the keeper made himself big and puts it behind. But again, lovely ball from Ibrahima Kanade. Welcome to Anfield, son. Welcome to Anfield. Farshid, you can fuck off, you absolute Omadon. Tacky out. Fuck you. Supporter players are fuck off, mate. Simple as that. Tacky out. The 3 posts moaning about Minamino in the space of a second for missing a player. For missing. Oh, and guess what, motherfucker? Tacky's just scored. Woo! 1-0 to the Reds. And who was it? Takumi Minamino. Tacky in. Tacky in. Go on, lads. 1-0. That's what you get, fella. Slag off our players, and then a minute later, Karma comes around and slaps your bitch ass. 1-0 to the Reds. Go on. And that's what you get, mate. That's what you get for being a hater. Tacky heard you and he said, I'm going to ram this back down that little twat's throat. 1-0 to the Reds. Go on, Tacky. Ball over the top. Minamino. Not only that, mate. The man controlled it with a back heel. Because that's what he can do, fella. And then he decided, nah, I'm not going to just control it with a back heel and that damn good. I'm going to also take it past the defender and go past the keeper. 1-0. Woo! 1-0, fella. There you go. Tacky. You love to see it. You love to see it. Take your L, take your L, fella. Take that big, dirty L. I mean, that is just... That's so... Oh, I'm so happy with that karma whooping for that fella. Because that's what all them little gobby keyboard warrior dickheads deserve. Tank, he missed the shot. Tacky out. 3 times he posted it. 3 times in the space of 20 seconds. Tacky didn't care. Tacky didn't listen. Tacky scored. Tacky good. Love this. I'm delighted for the fella. Well done, Tacky. Well done, fella. Las Vegas in the house with Juan. Lovely to have you in, sir. Great to have you. Definition of instant karma, says Scouse Mank. You love to see it as well. He's through again. Who was it? No, it's Kate Gordon. He's offside, but he's missed it anyway. He's in bits there. He's on his ground, head and hands. Alright, fella. Have a look. The flag's up. You'll be alright. He still doesn't realise he was offside. It's alright, Cade, mate. It's grand. Relax, chill, buddy. The run was brilliant. You did everything right. Unlucky with the finish, but the flag was up, lads. You're alright. But I love to see how much it means to him. And again, what a player. Oh, how can you not love these Reds? Craig, when are you doing videos on That's Football with Mark? The first one we're going to be doing together, mate, is the Super Cup on Wednesday. So, yeah, we'll be doing a joint watch-along of the Super Cup and That's Football on Wednesday, which should be lots of fun. Throw into Osasuna now, right-hand side. Long throw in. Headed away by Joe Gomez. Ball dropped down, hook back in. Queeveen Kelleher comes and gathers it. Well done, Queeveen. By the way, if anybody ever wondered, I know it's very clear to us Irish people, but people wondering about the pronunciation of Queeveen's name and that, I bet it's Kevin. It's Kevin. It's the Irish way of saying Kevin, but it's pronounced Queeveen. Fabinho across left-hand side now to Costa Simicas. Curtis Jones. Go on, Jonesy. Ball in. Unlucky. Look at the pressing again. Well done, Joe. Keep pressing, lads. Keep pressing. Well done, Bobby. I love seeing the lads hunting in packs, giving them no time. And yes, look at that. We've turned it back over. Well done, boys. Curtis Jones into Bobby. Bobby, little drop of the shoulder, leaves them for dead. Back out to Taki. There's a player down, so the refs is going to stop it. So, is it Jonesy? I think it's Curtis Jones who's gone down, maybe holding his rib cage. Yeah, it was Curtis Jones who just barged into there on his right hand side. Can I say hi, please? Hi, please! Is anybody else finding it really, really difficult to get used to Kloppo without the glasses? Dr. Jones, everybody wanting it. Do we want a bit of it? Jones, Jones, calling Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, wake up, no, wake up now, Jones. They weren't just a one-hit wonder. I keep saying this about them. They weren't just a one-hit wonder. We also had the, if only I could turn back time. It wasn't just Barbie Girl. You know, don't be giving Aqua any dissing on here. You know, Aqua have a trio of hits, ladies and gentlemen. A trio! Yeah, Klopp without glasses is wrong, Mick, isn't it? It's a very odd. It just, I don't know. It feels like they were iconic in their own. You know what I mean? The glasses, if they were iconic. WFM Mackenzie and WFM to all of you. Actually, do you know what? While we've a bit of time, let's get WFM going in the live chat, ladies and gentlemen. Lash a few WFMs there. Very strange. Me, Josh? I'm extremely strange, fella. If you're new to this channel, buddy, which, you know, you are a member, expect more strangeness. Anything can happen. I don't even know what's going to happen most of the time, buddy. And I'm supposedly in control. Chamberlain, good footwork. Yes, with the WFMs. You love to see it. You love to see it. Firmino now. Go on, Bobby. Fabinho. Chamberlain. Out to Costa Simicas. Nice little 1-2 again. Lovely cross from Simicas. Ah! It's beautiful! Bobby! 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 Absolutely goddamn beautiful! Costa Simicas whips in the ball. Bobby Firmino whips his right foot out, knocks it past the keeper, and it's 2-0. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? There's something that Craig I want you to know. He's the best in the world. He's Bobby Firmino. And number 9. Passer from Simicas, the motherfucker will just be fine. Si, senor. Pass the ball to Bobby and he will score. Go on, Bobby! That was mwah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Costa Simicas, take a goddamn bow, sir. And Bobby Firmino, take a bow as well. That was magnificent. Beautiful football. Beautiful goal. Do I have a semi? I can't say. But what a goal. Oh. That is football. That is football, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The cross, the opening up of Bobby's body, the finish past the keeper. Simic is playing a blinder. Well played, everybody. Well played. There'll be an extra slice of orange for everybody at half time. I said so, Klopp. It's alright. Break out the good oranges. You know, there's the Si Senor emoji as well from Captain Sell to Buy. Anybody else with a Bobby Firmino Si Senor emoji, lash it into the chat there. We have a goal emoji as well for our members. Pornhub is the best site on earth. Well, you know, some of our goals should be on there, mate. And on, you know, premium shit as well. None of your cheap stuff. Hayden, are you looking to get booted out even though you're a member, mate? Very odd behaviour for somebody who's paid for a membership, basically begging me to kick them out of the chat. What does WFM mean? I love when we have some people that don't know what it means. I don't mean that in a... I'm not being derogatory towards you, mate. I mean, why would you know what it means? 3 random letters, but... Hang on. Oh, yes. Well done, Nico Williams. It means we're fucking massive. That's what it means. And when we say it, we don't mean like the channel or me or Connor, or we mean everybody, the whole movement, the whole community together. We're massive. In every way. Whereas Newlon Voider, I don't think I have him layered correctly on the desk, so when I do whip Newlon up, he's usually in the wrong place. So I don't know if he's still here or if Connor got rid of him. I'll move him up a bit and see if I can get him properly on the desk, but I don't know if he's if he'll be above or behind everything. So let's just mess about with him a little bit and see where he ends up. There he is. Go on, Newlon. He's on the desk. Go on, big fish, little fish, cardboard box. Go on. Go on, Newlon. Go on, Newlon. Yeah. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. There's Newlon Voider. Out for a little boogie. I love that Newlon's become a thing. I love that you guys love Newlon. Considering how and why he started, I love the fact that people still love a bit of Newlon. Oh no, he's not a dancing alien, mate. He has a name. His name is Newlon Voider. And he came about because of Karen Brady's nonsense and her talking about wanting the league to be null and voided. Our answer to that was a big fuck you, Karen Brady, and we introduced a dancing alien just to dance our way to positivity. Do you know what I mean? And Newlon Voider was born. And he still lives to this day, happily. He appears when we need him to. How is there only 25 minutes gone and I'm already pumping sweat? Well, one, Craig, because you're a fat pig. But secondly, because the lights are on and nobody's at home. Header away by Firmino, corner right-hand side to Osasuna. Thoughts on Minamino? Been impressed with him in this game, mate. You know, got himself into a position for an opportunity before he scored, which the keeper made a good left-footed save on, and then he didn't let his head drop. Wonderful control for his second goal. It did take it, or for his goal, excuse me. It did take a little nick, but who cares? Right place, right time, and he scored. So I'm delighted for him. Osasuna now in possession. I'm not hating that Osasuna kit, by the way. It's quite tidy. Got a kind of shades of Leon about it a little bit. I was referring to the instant karma earlier when I said Canade out. mate, would have been cool if he scores. No problem, Hayden. Sorry. See, this is why I'm an idiot, buddy, and text often gets me confused. But yeah, I get you now, mate. Cheers. All good. Thank you. And yeah, I'd love him to score. Imagine he just rose like a salmon from the River Boyne and just knocked one in, Dejan Lovren style. Why is the first goal an own goal? Did they give it as an own goal? The big dirty bastards. Did they give it as an own goal? If they... Hang on. No, it's down as Minamino. For me, I've got it down as Minamino on my score app. Sorry, Craig. Meant Klopp without glasses. Strange, not you. I mean, you're amazing. Sends a few in personality. Oh, no, but Josh, you would have been right either way, dude. I'm absolutely strange, so I didn't take any offence by it, buddy. Not whatsoever. Thank you for putting in your super chat, mate. You're very kind. But, oh, yeah, look, I'm a lunatic, dude. And I mean that in a good way. So, you know, I wasn't taking offence by it because I am strange. So you would have been correct either way. So it's a double W for you on that one, fella. A double W. Now, Curtis Jones does look like he's going to be unable to continue here, folks. He's down again, unfortunately. Carl said, just joined, how's Jones played? Unfortunately, mate, he looks like he's about to be replaced here by Ben Woodburn. He took a knock earlier on in the game and he's down again here now, and it doesn't look like, you know, why would we take any chances with him? Of course you wouldn't with the season so close. So it looks like Ben Woodburn will be coming on to replace Curtis Jones, which is a shame for Jonesy because, you know, it's a good opportunity here, of course, back in front of a big crowd at Anfield. And, you know, we've seen others like Harvey Elliott have a great pre-season, and we've seen Cade Gordon show what he's about today as well, and even Taki. So now Nico Williams has gone down. I hope he's okay. I think he might be a bit winded. He looks like he'll be alright. Oh, Lee, you're in the chat. Sorry, didn't see you there, buddy. Congrats on the Community Shield yesterday, mate. Yeah, any trophy taken away from Man City is always a positive for me, Lee. So congratulations on that one yesterday. Lovely to see. There was a moment, Lee, that really meant a lot to me as a non-Leicester fan, and I can only assume what it meant to you, but to see Vishay's son put his hand on his dad's seat just before the penalty was being taken, it was just a lovely little touch, mate. But yeah, congrats on the Community Shield, Lee. I was delighted for you guys yesterday. Any update on what's happening on Thursday? I can only guess that it's either going to be some... See, it doesn't make sense that it would be a parade or a party or a celebration about the league title, because you'd think they'd make that public, wouldn't you? So all I can think of, Stephen, is that it's either going to be the third kit launch or something that none of us have thought of yet. But I genuinely don't know, mate. I am trying to find out, I promise you. Who's more sexy, Craigo or Newlon? Well, we're both two sexy bald MFs, you know what I mean? So he's skinnier than me, so we'll give it to Newlon. I'm watching it, Kaylee, on LFC TV. It's also available on LFC TV Go. This is the last of the Reds pre-season game, so the game on Saturday is a 5:30 PM kickoff, and I'll be in a watch-along of it from 5 PM. And as I said, on Wednesday, I will be on That's Football, myself and Mark Goldbridge doing the joint watch-along of the Super Cup, which should be fun. I'll be on there, I think, on Saturday, and I think I'm doing the Arsenal game on Friday against Brentford on That's Football as well, I think. How long is Robbo out for? The good news, Lara, is there has been a bit of a positive update on that one, mate. He himself has said the scan showed nothing major, and then James Pearce tweeted out to say that it looks like a matter of weeks and not months for Robbo. So while, of course, it's sad to have him injured, you know, the fact that it's not a long spell is a good thing. And by the way, Costas is playing pretty damn well today. The cross that he put in for Firmino's goal was exquisite. Carl said, typical, why do we open my mouth about Jones? But it happens to all of us. It's the commentators curse a lot of the time as well. I'll say something and then, somebody will do something terrible a few minutes later. Oh, well won back by Chamberlain high up the pitch. Go on, Chambo. Showing loads of great energy here today, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Good turn of pace as well. Look at that. Well done, lad. Well done. Chambo, the ball was given away by somebody else and he tracks back to win it. You absolutely love to see it. Well done, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Love that energy, fella. Will you do a late night agenda after? I'm not sure. It's not off the table, but we'll talk about it closer to the end of the game when we kind of see if there's anything, worth us coming on to talk about, really. Mick said the Ox is doing all right. I think he's playing very well today, Mick. He's full of energy, and I'm loving the tracking. But what's going on here? What the fuck? Oh, I thought Kostas Stamikis was coming off there for a second. I was going to go, hang on a minute. He was just fouled late off the ball and we got a free kick. I was thinking, hang on here. But no, he's just a free kick. Nothing to worry about. Canade's amazing. He's going to tear up the league this season. Nathan, I know you've probably seen him, mate, but his ball over the top for Minamino was exquisite. Great recovery there from Joe Gomez as well. His ball over the top for one of Minamino's chances was absolutely stunning. Right, Connor has sent me the new lineup as well, so I can swap that round. 1 second. Is this the new one? No, that's the new one. Right, let me just swap the lineups around. And we will have... Where's the old lineup gone? There we go. There's the actual current lineup. Thank you, Connor, for the quick turnaround on the update there. As you can see, Ben Woodburn is now on in place of Curtis Jones. Connor's always on fire. He is. That's why I'm saying... That's why I've always said to you guys... people say thanks to me and all, but Connor's the reason this channel does well. Connor's work is like that. He's brilliant. And don't forget, Connor's still only, 22? I mean, when I was Connor's age, I'd have been in a field drinking cans and chatting up birds and certainly not doing the level of work that Connor puts out on a regular basis. Right, come on, boys. Win the back. Well done, Bobby. Lovely switch, Bobby. Switched to that right-hand side to Nico Williams. 1,852 people in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you one small favour? Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. I see we're at 600 and something likes. Surely we can get that up to 1,000 likes. And we got 1,000 likes for the watch-along yesterday. Let's see if we can do it again today. Jay Bully said, Craig is such a nice guy. He makes me laugh so much and deserves everything. Seriously, mate, I'm just a normal dude. Honestly, I'm not somebody who thinks I'm an influencer or a celebrity, or I'm just a normal lad who, for some God knows what reason, people tune in and watch. The channels are growing and I'm just about to go make a living from it, which is something I never thought possible of. And I've only got you guys to thank for it, because without your love and support when I've needed it, and I've been down, I've been on my knees, not in that sense, but well, maybe I like to look after the missus. But anyway, we move. Yeah, without you guys, I wouldn't be shit. So thank you, and I'm gonna try and make a little pivot into the boxing world as well over the next year. So, keep your fingers crossed for me. I've always said my entire aim, my goal is to just buy a house at some point. Like everybody else, just buy a house, normal house, live in, move out of the council house we live in and give our family a bit of a better life. And if this is a road to do it, brilliant. If it isn't, I don't care. I've had an amazing time along the way. And I don't take it all too seriously. It's just It's fun to me, but I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Now Connor, he's an arrogant prick. He's all about the money, Connor. How dare you save that keeper? How bleeding dare you save that from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? Even Chamberlain shaking his head. Fully 30 yards out. Oh, the keeper makes a save. Oh, just let it in, man. Oh, what a strike from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, the lads are turning it on today, folks. Those inside Anfield are getting a real treat here today. That strike from Chamberlain was filth. Filth. It was just brilliant. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys again for all of your support. Hopefully, a couple of weeks I'll be able to say the words, I am a full-time YouTuber, which for a nearly 40-year-old man is incomprehensible in my noggin, but there you are. I'm still raging the keeper made that save from Tsimikas, or not from Tsimikas, from Chamberlain. I'm actually raging that the keeper had to cheat to make a good save. Loads of people in the chat talking about a bid from Leon for Shaqiri. I can imagine the 15 million, Eugene, that you've mentioned must be euro, because the £12.5 million price point seems to be... I'm just guessing now, mate. I don't know the truth, but yeah. Canade. Nico Williams. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half here at Anfield. Very impressive display from the Reds, leading by 2-0. Takumi Minamino and Bobby Firmino with the goals, but there's been some brilliant play, some brilliant link up, some really high energy stuff from the Reds. Chamberlain has been all over the place, playing really, really well. Costa Simic is having a great game. Canade, brilliant. Gomez has shown some good recovery as well. Nico Williams done well at the far post on a couple of occasions. There's very, very few negatives for me to take out of this first 40 minutes or so. Craig, who's your all-time favourite Liverpool player? It's Robbie Fowler, mate. I know the answer is probably Steven Gerrard for 99.9% of people, but for me, it's Robbie Fowler. I grew up absolutely idolising Robbie Fowler, and I still to this day can't remember many more clinical or natural finishers than Robbie Fowler. And whenever I think of him, I always think of the lob over Schmeichel. Always. To me, he was just something really, really, really special. Of course, Gerrard was as well, but that's just my particular is Fowler. Can I ask what made you support Liverpool? Yeah, I mean, I often get asked this question, and I suppose people genuinely think that there's going to be an answer like, oh, my dad supported it, or something like that. Well, like, my dad wasn't that into football. Boxing was the thing that me and my dad shared really together. Oh, hang on. Go on, Taki. Ball left-hand side. Ball in. Firmino. That's it, 3-0. Sir Bobby's on the double, ladies and gentlemen. Takumi Minamino with a cross into the box. Inch perfect. Firmino chests it down, touches it past the keeper, and Bobby's on the double. And to that gentleman earlier on who said Takumi Minamino out, how about sucking on these nuts? Because Takumi Minamino measured that perfectly. Look at that ball in. Chested by Bobby. Just beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Just beautiful. Si, senor. Pass the ball to Bobby, and he'll score. Whether he needs to look or not, he'll still score. It's filth. Just filth, Bobby. Just filth, mate. Just filth. Beautiful stuff. Inch perfect from Minamino. Beautiful, calm, composed finish from Sir Roberto Firmino. You gotta love it. Just before the season start, Bobby's back. You love to see it. Oh, yes, Bobby. Anyway, to get back to the story. So, yeah, my dad coached my football team, but more from a point of, you know, just being a damn nice man rather than having an inbuilt football knowledge. But boxing was the thing me and my dad shared together. So, you know, I grew up around boxing with him. He knew a lot of boxers. He brought me to lots of amateur and professional events. And so one night they were out in, my mum and dad were out in a friend of theirs' house. And interestingly enough, do you know what? Let me save this story for halftime because there's still stuff going on and people want to know what's going on in the game. Remind me at halftime and I'll give you a more in-depth version of it than I have before. Ball out to Canade. Canade now. Slipped in behind looking for Minamino. Oh, it's just so good. This is just so good. Sorry, I'm doing a goal bridge here and I'm going on Twitter for 1 second. So Simic is with a throw in here. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Actually, I probably should have sent the WhatsApp message Connor sent because they're usually important. So yeah, so again, I'll go through the halftime, but there is some information on Shaqiri, and I'll go to that at halftime. So, two things you guys need to remind me about at halftime, and I do need you to remind me because I'm a forgetful fella. We're really close to 2,000 live viewers as well. So, you know, 68 people or 78 people. Make sure that you somehow spam links or get people back in because I love when we go past 2,000 concurrent viewers. What a first half this has been, though. Woodburn now, outside of the foot, looking for Cade Gordon in behind. I really want Cade Gordon to score today, just to cap off what's been an excellent pre-season for the young man. And again, if anybody wants to become a member, you can click the join button at the link in the description. It is $4.99. You get the access to our Discord group and all the other fun bits. Super chat, super stickers, all that stuff is open. Now that man's trying to become a full-time YouTuber, unfortunately, the finances do become a factor, but what I will promise you, and what I've always promised you, is all of our content will be free. We're never going to go behind a paywall, ever. Go on. Simica's ball inside the Fabinho. Flicks it to Woodburn. Well done, Taki. We play our way out. 30 seconds or so to go in the first half. Curtis had a knock in earlier on in the game, mate, that he tried to carry on with, but then was forced off with. Oh, look at that from Canade. Such calmness. Well in, mate. Oh, well done, Bobby. I'm ready to fall in love all over again. Been a great watch in the first half, said Rob Shepherd. It's been absolute quality, pal. Absolute quality. Michael Stanley, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy. Thank you for joining, newest member of the family. As always, buddy, check the community tab and you'll see the link to our Discord group. We've got over 800 likes as well, really nearly at the 1,000 mark. And the referee has blown up for half-time, ladies and gentlemen, at Anfield. The Reds absolutely destroying Osasuna here by 3-0. Wonderful, wonderful display in the first half. 2 goals for Roberto Firmino, 1 goal for Takumi Minamino. But all in all, just an exceptional first 45 minutes. And, you know, to say I'm happy is an understatement. And I'm sure you guys are feeling the very same. Now let me just stop the clock. Where's the clock? There's the clock. Yeah, stop the clock. And we'll get into our halftime chat. What was really annoying there, by the way, is we were like 5 viewers away from 2,000 in the live chat before halftime ended. Right, so we'll start off with the story around Shaqiri, and then I'll get into reminding you about the story where people asked me about why I supported Liverpool. So, first and foremost, David Lynch has said, Liverpool have received an approach from Lyon for Xherdan Shaqiri. Told the two clubs are still a long way apart on valuation, but talks are ongoing. Liverpool keen to recoup the figure in the region of £13 million that they paid Stoke in 2018. And look, that's what we've heard all along, isn't it? Consistently we've been told and we've read and we've seen that Liverpool want to get back as close to the amount we paid Stoke that was in that relegation clause when we signed him in 2018 for 12.5, 13 million, somewhere along that. So again, he was left out of the squad today. You did think that probably a club were in. We know Lazio have held an interest, but as you guys in the chat rightly pointed out earlier on, David Lynch again there confirming that it is Lyon who are in, which maybe suggests that Houssam Aouar could be on the way out. Is there a little, you know what I mean? Is there a little to be had? Anyway, Base Face in Space, thank you for the wow, very kind super chat, mate. Here's to you becoming a full-timer, Craig. Love you, bud, and your work, Ray. Would make Klopp starting 11. Yeah, I never think of any of this as like, people say it's I love your grind, or I love the fact that you're consistently working. Genuinely, I look forward to it. I get up in the day and I'm you know, I love spending time with my family and all, but I look forward to that hour at night or whatever when I get to come on and chat with you guys. So anyway, to the story time. Right, so where was I? So let's go all the way back. So myself, I was about 7 and I was on a plane with my parents on the way to Mallorca, because that's the only place my dad would ever go on holidays, because my father was petrified of flying. Like, I mean, really, really scared of flying. And he'd only get on a plane 2 ways. One, he had to be half pissed, so he'd always have a couple of scoops before he got on the plane, so he could basically sleep his way across. And secondly, he'd only really go to Mallorca because it was a short flight, about 2 hours 20 minutes, and it was the cheapest place he could bring us for sun, cheap beer and a decent holiday. So that was one reason. But we were on the plane on the way over, and I was being a right pain in the arse of a child. I was, you know, kicking the seat in front of me, grabbing a hold of it when I was playing I think I was playing Tetris. I actually think I remember I was playing a handheld Tetris game, and I think I'd lost and I booted the seat in front of me or something. And so this lady turns around and sees then there was a kid, and she just smiled. And my mum and dad got talking to them then as the flight went on. And they became friends, and it turned out they were going to a similar place in Spain, and you know that we ended up, they spent a holiday together and they got to know each other, and you know they became friends and stayed in touch. They were both from Dublin, although different parts of Dublin. We were from the south side and they were from Raheny, which was out the other side of Dublin. So you know, as you know, time went on and they kept in touch. They decided that they'd go out, and when I say dinner party, I mean Chinese and cans, basically. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's the way working class people go about shit. Nothing wrong with it. So they went out to Raheny, and we were staying out there that night, and they were having some cans, and they were having a few drinks, and they were in the kitchen, and I was in the living room. And I was in the living room and I was flicking through the TV channels. And at that time, my only real exposure to football had been Barcelona, because of my trips over to Mallorca previously, and my first football shirt was a Barca shirt, a fake one, but a Barca shirt nonetheless. And I was flicking through the TV, and I seen that there was a game on, and it just happened to be the game that Arsenal came to Anfield needing to win by 2 clear goals to win the First Division title. And I was watching the game, and Liverpool were 1-0 up, and I just remember the stadium just being, you could feel the tension, the vibe, the atmosphere, the love, you could feel it all. And then Arsenal scored, as we know, and they go and they win the First Division title at Anfield. But I was mesmerised by seeing the respect that was shown, even as a kid, by the crowd inside Anfield, and the applauding of the Arsenal team as they won the league. And that was it. That was the moment that made me fall in love with Liverpool Football Club. I've got no brothers or sisters, so I'm an only child, so I'd no influence from that. My uncles and that are split. Some are United fans, some are Leeds fans, some are Liverpool fans, but they'd never tried to force football upon me. And that was it, yeah. I bit the football bug. I started playing football then a few weeks later, and yeah, that was it. Liverpool were my team from that point, and it is really weird to say that it was a loss that made me support Liverpool, because a lot of people think that, you know, it would be a cup final moment or a brilliant goal by somebody, but nope. It was just that vibe. And like, yeah, it's an odd one, but it's the truth. Finley said, well done, Craig. Can't wait to see you go full time. Not quite there yet, mate. Still have a few things to sort out. From a financial point of view, and of course with the social welfare, because I don't take a wage from any of this. Haven't done so yet because you know the reasons why. I've always explained them. So yeah, I want to do things properly, legitimately, and make everybody aware of it and make everything timed correctly. So I'm just trying to work all that out. But you know, it does look like with the commitments we have from sponsors and with the fact that I'm doing stuff on That's Football, and it does look like I will be able to afford to become a full-time YouTuber, which still sounds really weird to say. But yeah, that's the story anyway. So any other stuff you want to chat about at half-time? We're up to 900 and something likes now, really close to the 1,000. Again, keep hitting that subscribe button as well. Dave Smith said, that was my first game. I remember as well the Michael Thomas goal. Were you at that game, Dave? I mean, what a great game to be at, and what a horrible game to be at the same time, Dave. But yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah, it is mad how. I mean, share some of your stories about how you guys started supporting the club. Joey said I started supporting him in 2012 when he was 8. Is Curtis Jones okay? I would imagine it was precautionary, but look, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I know the definitive answer. I don't. Who was Liverpool's best youngster? I guess I suppose what you class as a youngster. You know, the obvious answer would be Elliott. You've got Jones, Kate Gordon, Musialowski, Connor Bradley, Billy Comedio. So, and then don't forget, we're just about to sign that kid from Bobby Clark from Newcastle as well. It looked like a fee had been agreed there. Son of former Newcastle player Lee Clark, who's very highly thought of up at Newcastle. So, you know, we've got no shortage of good young players coming through the academy system. John Oliver got on Liverpool. Oh, I love John Oliver. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver is one of my favourite TV shows, and in fact is going to be the thing that I almost model my live show on Craig Station that I'm going to be doing soon on. I've used John Oliver's format as an inspiration to try and do the thing I want to do on Craig Station, which is a live, positive, upbeat, happy news story. Although John Oliver, of course, does it bring serious issues to us in a light-hearted way, but still makes the point about the seriousness of the incidents. Mine's going to be a bit different in that I'm not as clever as him. I don't have a team of writers. I don't have his budget, but I still want to make people smile. So, but I do love John Oliver. I mean, if there was one man I could interview ever, probably would be him. Ever. And I mean ever. I love John Oliver. I think he's brilliant. How has Gordon been? Very lively. He missed an opportunity that he didn't know was offside at the time, and you could see how upset he was. But the flag had gone up. But all in all, he's been good. You know, I've been very impressed with him. Blue Bizitza said, do I dislike Manchester United fans? No, I don't dislike anybody, mate. Anybody that comes into our chat, or I treat people how I'm treated and how our community are treated. So if a United fan or an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan or whoever comes into our chat and is respectful, you'll always get that back from us. Because we're rivals, not enemies, as Goldbridge says, and that is true. You know, when we play United, and I'm sure this works the other way around, I want to absolutely destroy United, but we all love the same sport. We might have different clubs, but we all fell in love with the beautiful game for different reasons. Peter said, 45 years, my dad sat me down and said, watch this team and tell me they don't make you smile. I did, and they did, and the love affair began. I love that, Peter. That's a beautiful story, mate. Craig, can we see the bottom half of your body or your torso? I don't understand why, and the way my... I'm wearing shorts today. I've got a pair of Soul Cal shorts on, but I mean, I'm sure you'll see it soon enough, but like... It just feels weird to stand up and, you know, I know Goldbridge likes to stretch and to show his crotch to the stream, but doesn't feel right. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll show you that I do actually have legs, but hang on. See, I am wearing shorts as promised. That felt very odd, by the way, very, very odd, and very wrong in so many ways. What somebody else said, Craig, what's the Manscaped code? Genuinely, somebody did in the chat ask me what the Manscaped code was. Where is it? So I can prove I'm not lying. Craig, what's your Manscaped code? I want to buy Manscaped. It's WFM20. So W for whiskey, F for Foxtrot, M for Mike, and then 20. WFM20. That gets you 20% off anything at manscaped.com. It doesn't matter if it's on sale or not, you'll still get 20% off with our code. And Manscaped are going to be sponsoring the Late Night Agendas up until December anyway, but you know, for the first half of the season they will be our sponsors of all our late night news shows. Somebody said boxing story. I could give you a load of them. One of my dad's good friends was a boxer called Joe Egan. Joe Egan was one of Mike Tyson's sparring partners, actually a man that Mike Tyson called the toughest white man on the planet. And Joe Egan has now moved into acting, and he's just known as Big Joe Egan, that's what he's called. But I remember, you know, Joe Egan used to work for Delta Airlines back in the day, and he used to always get me some lovely stuff. Like, he got me a photo of Paul McGrath and a few other bits and pieces when he was there, and so he also snuck us into the wrestling when the wrestling was in the Point Depot in Dublin. Joe was working as security at it, and he gave me that call and he snuck us in the back door to the wrestling. So I've been brought up and around a load of boxers. Joe was trained by Barney Eastwood, one of the, you know, a famous trainer. It's really weird because my dad's got me through his work in security mainly, because, you know, my dad was a driver for the council, but he was also built like a brick shit house and was did a lot of security in nightclubs and stuff like that. And I remember a 16-year-old Ken Doherty practicing, you know, a few feet away from me up in Jonah's bar up in Leopardstown as well. And yeah, my dad's brought me to a lot of events, and I've been fortunate enough to meet some boxers. And Paul Assam, who was an old St. Patrick's Athletics player, was a friend of my dad's. Paul McGrath, who my dad would have met a few times. And yeah, I mean, my dad was my hero. Still to this day, I miss him dearly. He died when I was 21, drank himself to death. His father before, unfortunately, was the same thing. And that's what tore my life apart. My dad falling apart and dying because he's my hero. I love the man to bits. I can still hear his voice in the back of my head now. Which is why I said to you guys the other day that all I ever want from all of this is just to know he'll be proud. And that's what keeps me driving on. Apart from, of course, my lovely wife and my two amazing kids. Right, we're about to get underway for the second half anyway. But that's why I want to get into boxing. Because I want to... apart from the fact that I love boxing, by the way, you know, I'm a huge boxing fan. I just want to I want to kind of do it as a little thing for me dad as well at the same time. So I'm going down to Cork to interview Gary Spike O'Sullivan on the 24th of this month. Hopefully I'll get to interview a few others. I mean, I'd love to have a chat with Shane McGuigan. I'd love to have a chat with Packy Collins as well, who's Steve Collins' brother. He trains people at the Celtic Warrior Gym in Dublin, and a few others as well. I'd love to have a chat with Mick Conlon. But look, anyway, we're back underway in the second half. So basically, Coogan Cassius, if you need another presenter, one with a bit of charisma, mate, for IFF TV, it's not IFF TV, that's Irish Football Fan TV, isn't it? Sorry, IFL, sorry, mate. Hit me up. Or boxing scene, if you need a presenter as well. Right, we're back on the way. People saying who scored. 2 goals from Firmino. The first goal was scored by Takumi Minamino. Now there has been a change, so let me just see if Connor has sent me the updated team news, because there has been a change here. Divock Origi has come on. Let's see if Connor's on the ball or not. No, he's lagging a little bit, Crosby, huh? He's lagging a bit. We'll keep an eye out just in case. But Divock Origi has come on anyway. Osasuna starting brightly. Good recovery from Joe Gomez. Back to Queefy and Kelleher. He puts his foot through it and knocks it long. Craig, who was your dream collab? Give me 2 minutes to think about that, because I've got about 5 and I want to narrow it down to 1. Hang on. Takumi Minamino left side of the penalty area. Oh, lucky. Who's my dream collab? I base these things off not how famous people are, but how much I think I'd get on with somebody, and how he did send the image, and how well I think I'd be able to make the interview go. So that's how I base my dream collabs on. 1 second. I'm just getting rid of one line up. There's the... No. Yeah, there's the new one. Origi's on there. Thank you, Connor. Who's my dream collab be with? I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, there's loads of people I want to interview and chat to, but I don't know who my dream collab would be. It'd have to be somebody that I think would be fun and it would open up and wouldn't be a dry shite. It wouldn't say, you know, it'd have to be somebody who's either retired or still not, you know, active in an industry, because, you know, there's certain things people can and can't say. But oh, do you know who I'd love to record with? Aisling B. I'd love to record with her. I think she's absolutely hilarious, and I think she's one of the best comedians out there, and I love her and I love the work that she does. So she'd be up there. Dara O'Brien obviously would be funny because he's Irish, and he's hilarious, and he looks like my daddy. Well, not my real daddy, but he looks like he could be my daddy. Yeah, a lot of people might know who Aisling B is, but, you know, I think some people will, but she is goddamn hilarious. And, yeah, I like everything she's been in, to be fair. I think she's a very funny lady. Oh! Uh-oh, Costa Simicus has gone down under a bad challenge. He's rolling around a bit. Please be okay. Please be okay. Let's have a look at the impact. Come on, Costas, lad. He's up, he's okay. Good news. Good news. Getting worried there. 2 left backs in 1 game. Whew. But he's up, he's running around, he's back up on his feet. Well done, lad. Oh, thank goodness. But, you know, I'm going to give you a cheesy answer now. And people probably... well, you can't say it's arse licking because I've done it. But from day one in this industry, and Connor will tell you this is true, I said to him, go on, Origi. Oh, heads it just over the bar. Cross in. Origi rose up. Couldn't direct the header. I said to Connor a couple of months into the industry, I guarantee you I'll work with Goldbridge someday. He laughed at me and I said, watch. I'm telling you, I'll work with Goldbridge someday. Because I always looked at Mark's sense of humour and knew I'd mesh well with him. And the more I got to know him as a person, the more I knew that our personalities would go well together. And I knew that it would do well. So genuinely, being able to be working with Goldbridge on That's Football is one of my dream collabs. So, you know, and I've been lucky enough to interview Jack, mate. I've been lucky enough to interview Pieface, and you know, I've been much luckier than I ever thought. So, again, how this shit happens, I don't know, because I don't get me or the appeal of me. But I'm while people are still stupid enough to watch, I'm gonna keep going. Fabinho to Gomez, out left hand side. Nice ball inside. Bobby to Fabinho. Bobby picks it back up, rolls it out left hand side. Tsimikas, ball across, takes a deflection, and goes behind for a corner. Craig, Arturo Gatti versus Ward, best fight I've ever seen. Oh look, that was war. Gatti Ward is right up there, definitely. I mean, yeah, it was a war, 100%. And it's probably one of those that would be one of the first that people would say to you if you're talking about all out wars and boxing. But I don't know if anybody watched the Matchroom fight camp the other night, but Babic, man, that Babic fight, 456 punches or something thrown in 5 rounds by a heavyweight, a small heavyweight. The name Savage suits him because, my God, he comes forward. And he actually fought somebody here from my hometown who he beat previously, Niall Kennedy, who's a police officer and a boxer as well. And you know, I give Niall tremendous credit for getting in there, because Babic his name's a Savage for a reason. More news coming in on the update on Shaqiri. Do you want a late night agenda, folks? If you guys want one, I'll do one, no problem. But it will be 40. I'm just trying to look at the clock here. Let's say 40 minutes. Probably be 9:30. I mean, if you're willing to hang around till 9:30, I can do one, but it will be 9:30. But there is some transfer news. I mean, my WhatsApps are starting to light up there, so 9:30, that work for everybody? I know it's later than normal, but you know, it is a day when we have a game on. So Origi now, right hand side, cross in. Just did he keep it in? I tell you what, Costas, well done, fella. Lovely little back heel. Chamberlain. Oh, Rabona cross, and the keeper touches it around the post. Chambo with a Rabona cross, and the keeper's forced to touch it around the post. Well in. Yeah, right, we'll go at 9:30. Late night agenda at 9:30. Good ball by Woodburn as well. Absolutely spot on, Mick. Lovely little reverse pass into Minamino. Pulls it back. Good defending by Osasuna. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I am loving the intensity and the way they were playing. It is, yes, it's filling me full of confidence. Sorry, just to credit the person for the super chat, because I just read out the comment. I should have credited the person as well. Jay Bully, who sent it in with the Arturo Gatti versus Ward. Jay, yeah, belter of a fight that, mate. As I said, it's always going to be one, isn't it, that gets mentioned when you're talking about just an absolute tear up, like. Chamberlain, ball goes out, throw into the Reds. I feel like we need a bit of it. It feels like we need one of them. Free kick here to Osasuna in a wide left position. Della Stopper said, I once tried a rainbow flick and I hit my face in the grass because I lost balance and fell forward. Mate, the amount of times I tried tricks when I was younger playing football and did exactly as you've said there, buddy, fell flat in my face. Yeah, there was a fair few. There was a reason I was a goalkeeper, lad, put it that way. Here we go, go on. Oh, unlucky. Chamberlain, nice ball in. Again, defended by Osasuna. I tell you what, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been, to say sensational, I don't think is overstating it. He has been the best player on the park. I think that's fair to say. This looks like the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain of the time when Coutinho left in that Champions League run, until unfortunately, obviously, he picked up that ACL injury. But this looks like prime Chambo. Origi now holds the ball up, tries to switch back in for Firmino, it's cleared away. Tsimikas has had a great game. Obviously Firmino, Minamino have had a great game. Chamberlain, though, to me has just been the standout player. I think he's been absolutely excellent so far. But a lot of very good performances. Go on, Ben. Woodburn down the right. Oh! Oh, so close to a hat-trick for Bobby. He headed it and the keeper saved it. Great work down the right-hand side from Ben Woodburn to get the cross in. Well done, fella. Bobby got a header on it, but it was that the keeper. Good work that from Ben Woodburn. Fair play. Nice ball in. Bobby nearly with the hat-trick. Will I please tell Mark he's not clinical on FIFA? Okay, if I remember I will. Paddy, people keep telling me to do FIFA career modes. I might do it. I'm just not a gamer. Now I have, because of my kids obviously having, you know, a PS4 and an Xbox One, I could do it, but I'm I can only imagine how atrocious it would be, because I haven't played any computer games for at least 10 years. Mick Wall said Ben Woodburn's having a blinder. He's doing very, very well, yeah. And as the comment underneath from Baseface and Space says the same. He's done very well since he's come on, Ben Woodburn. And I think he did well when he came on in the last one as well. So yeah, credit where it's due. Goal kick to the Reds. Craig, FIFA would make you really mad. It would. And Polo, this is a true story I'm about to say to you, mate, so please don't think I'm lying, because I promise you I'm not. Before I got my Sky Q box, you remember the old Sky boxes that had the bigger remote controls? I used to order them in boxes of 6 or 12 from eBay, the moody ones now, because I used to smash them so frequently before I start YouTube and watching football. I'm not lying. I can get my wife down. She'll tell you the very same thing. I used to have boxes of them in the press because I used to smash them off the fireplace so much in anger. So, and they were cheap. Bobby's coming off, by the way, to be replaced. Well done, Bobby. Great hour from Bobby. And Thiago Alcantara. Thiago Alcantara. He's coming on to replace him. You love to see it. Yeah, I used to smash the shit out of them basically, so I can only imagine what I do with 70 quid PlayStation controllers and how broke I'd be.
Very.
Sabrina, while you're there, what did I used to do with my Sky remotes? No, like what? Like not what did I do, but did I have a particular thing in the press? Like, yes, did I order boxes of Sky remotes?
There was a guy in Port who used to keep them free.
Yes, see? So, they were the moody ones. I wasn't paying the top-notch ones. But yeah, genuinely it's true. So imagine me let loose on PlayStation controllers at 70 quid a pop. Yeah, my son's already broken 4. And although Xbox ones, I should add. Anger issues much. A lot, Danny. I've been through anger management twice for other things, not for small things like that. But yes, mate. Anger issues around. I don't like losing, mate. I'm just ultra competitive. You doing the first Liverpool match on here? Yeah, Trevor will be on 5 o'clock, mate. We'll be starting from on Saturday. Game kicks off at 5:30 against Norwich. Craig, genuine question. Did you or do you take tablets for Asperger's? I don't take any medication for my Asperger's whatsoever. But Sabrina! I don't know the name of my medication. Sabrina! What's the name of the medication I take for my generalised anxiety disorder?
Venaflexine.
Say again?
Venaflexine.
With a B or a V?
V for Victor.
Venaflexine. I take twice a day, and yeah, that's the medication I take. And sometimes I have to take tablets to help me relax to go to sleep and stuff. But I mean, I've been through loads of different medications over the years, but venaflexine, and I was on a different medication that I stopped a few months ago. I can't remember what the name of that. What? Lyrica. Yes, I used to take Lyrica as well, which helped with my it really helped with my anxiety actually. But because of the venaflexine, I was able to wind that down and eventually wean off that. So yes, but not for my Asperger's, no. Because they're all, like, the things about my Asperger's aren't stuff that would really require medical treatment. Like, it's the anxiety part that's the worst of it all. The black and white thinking and the not seeing grey areas, that's all stuff that I could train myself. But yeah, that's the truth anyway. Have I tried Prozac? Have I tried Prozac, Sabrina? I think I was at one point on it. Yeah, I think I did. Maybe in my early 20s, I think Prozac maybe. I've tried, obviously, like Largactil, loads of different medications over the years. It's a lot of this stuff, and anybody who has mental health issues will tell you, a lot of it is trial and error, because some things will have side effects that will, you know, maybe you'll put on weight, or it is trial and error till you find what works for you. And thankfully, this, my family, and that medication have been working brilliantly for me. But yeah, that's what I keep saying to people. Always, always, always speak up, see somebody and talk if you're feeling bad or down. There's nothing wrong with it. We're all fucked up in our own beautiful, unique way. Free kick, Simicus into the wall, unlucky. Which is why, you know, I keep shouting on about mental health, because it's important. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. I certainly never feel ashamed when I need to ask for help. I'm just grateful that I'm able to receive it, and that there are people there that are able to help me and help others. And I'm very thankful for those people. But do you know what I'm more thankful for? I'm more thankful for your understanding. The fact that you guys allow me to be me and don't judge me when I have bad days or when I'm down, and don't say I'm just looking for attention, or because I'm not, and I never am. You do this whole thing to obviously garner some form of attention, but I never use the downs for attention. I use the downs, if anything, to try and save me from going worse. Dave said, I don't know my own meds, I'm on sertraline. Is that an SRI? A serotonin reuptake inhibitor, Dave? Or, I don't know. Yeah, late night agenda, Luke, tonight, 9:30, buddy. Sabrina said, remember, it's okay not to be okay. It is, yeah. And my wife's absolutely right. And without her, Jesus, she's seen shit that you guys wouldn't believe. Like, my wife's seen me at lows that you would never think, looking at me, you'd see. And she's never wavered, never left my side, never questioned me, never. She's my rock. That's the reason why, you know, I'm still here. And it's the reason I'm a very lucky man to be married to such an amazing woman. I'm even luckier she didn't hear the water stuff earlier on. You know what I mean? Right, ball out left side. Ball in, unlucky. Unlucky lads, unlucky. 25 to go. What's Bobby's second goal like? Oh, mate. The ball in from Costa Simicus for Bobby's second goal, Bish, was just exquisite. But the calmness and composure of Bobby to bring it down and calmly slot it past the keeper was a thing of beauty as well. Greetings from Firmino. How are you, Frank? Nice to have you in, buddy. B9 is it supposed to be Bamba 36, and I predict Canade to be great in a couple. He looks class. I mean, he's having a good game, and the ball he put through for Minamino in the first half was stunning. How's Kelleher? He's genuinely had nothing to do, Todd. Like, and I you know, it's hard to be critical or to critique someone's performance when they've had absolutely nothing to do. Which I'm sure he ain't complaining about, but yeah, he's had little involvement. There's Thiago though, spraying a bit of that beautiful Spanish samba sexiness around. Craig, with your Asperger's, do you struggle socially? See, here's the weird thing. Yes and no. I always knew, I was only diagnosed at 35, but I always knew I was different growing up, so I mimicked a lot, and that's something you'll hear from a lot of people. I mimicked other people's behaviours, what other people were doing that was normal. Now sometimes that slipped and, you know, my real frustrations or whatever came out, but I'm not socially awkward. I don't like being around new people. It makes me uncomfortable. But I'm very capable of holding a conversation and you know, being charming and stuff like that. But I keep a small group of friends and I don't go out very much. Like, I mean, I left the house yesterday only because I had to, because we had to go to the police station to get a form stamped for our son's passport. But other than that, you know, I haven't left the house in ages. So I will go out, but it has to be a huge reason. Like going to a fight in Leeds, I'll leave the house. Going on a holiday, I'll leave the house, but I'll have weeks of therapy beforehand. Anyway, 2 bits of news for you. 1 free kick here to Osasuna, which comes to nothing. Second bit of good news is that El Capitan Jordan Henderson is just about to come on and get his first minutes of pre-season, which is great to see. Jake said, Craig, we help you, but don't forget you help us. We appreciate you for it. That's why I've always said, that's what the WFM part means, mate. When I say that, I mean together we're fucking massive. We can do things more powerfully as a unit, as a collective, as a group of people than any one of us can do individually. And I love that. I love that about our community on here. When fully fit, should VVD be... Who should be VVD's centre-back partner? I mean, going off what I'm seeing, I'm going to say Canade. Oh, good shot from distance from Chambo again. Matip always impresses me when he's fit. I think Joe Gomez seems to be lagging a bit behind the rest. Maybe in recovery and what I'm seeing so far. But I would suggest Canade and Van Dijk. Oh, lovely bit of footwork that. Ball into the channel. Was that Woodburn again, was it? Who was that with the footwork? No, it wasn't Woodburn. Clarkson. It was a beautiful bit of footwork by Clarkson. And thank you, Herman, for the super chat as well around the centre-back question. Osasuna have one back. Ball into the far post. It was headed past Queevy and Kelleher before he knew what was going on, and it's 3-1. Somebody just asked me a minute ago about Queevy and Kelleher having nothing to do. And I said he'd had nothing to do. Well, there is that commentator's curse that we spoke about earlier on. It was a ball in. I'm looking at who was there. Reece Williams. So it's Reece Williams and Costa Simicus who let their man get in between the two of them. And yeah, between them they probably should have dealt with that better. But it was a fine header nonetheless from Osasuna. And it's 3-1 now. Takumi Minamino is coming off. You know, great performance from Taki. I thought he did very well today. Owen Beck is coming on to get another run out, which is great to see. And El Capitan, Jordan Henderson. Go on, Hendo, lad! Great to see Hendo getting his first pre-season minutes as well. It was Garcia with the goal for Osasuna. And look, it was a good header and a good cross, but, you know, Reece Williams and Costa Simicas will be questioning themselves as to who should have been picking up the man. But hey, look, isn't that what pre-season's for? It's from learning from your mistakes. Much better making these things in pre-season than during the regular season. Free kick to the Reds. Who was the other player that went off there, by the way? So Owen Beck came on, Hendo came on, Minamino went off, but I didn't quite see who the other player was that went off. Oh, here we go. Origi picks it up, couple of step overs. You've gone the wrong way, Divock. Gives it back to Hendo. Hendo switches it out left hand side. Little cushion ball into Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Chambo, you've got support behind you, fella, if you need it. Gives it back to... Oh, yes, that 1-2. Oh, the 1-2 between Hendo and Chamberlain. It's exceptional, and it goes behind for another corner, but... What is it about Keita and about Chamberlain in pre-season? They're making me fall in love with them all over again. Hendo there, lovely little interplay with Chamberlain, but again, quality stuff. Again, I still don't know who the second change was, by the way. Oh, there we go. Line-up sent from Crosby, so he obviously knows who it is. Yeah, he's on form today, little Mr. Crosby, isn't he? So here's the new team. Who was it? Let's have a look. Simicas, by the looks of it. Costa Simicas went off to be replaced by Owen Beck. In which case, was it Beck that was at the far post? With Reece Williams? So yeah, I don't know if actually when the goal was scored, was it Simicas that was there or was it Beck? But either way, anyway, they're the changes, and the current lineup is on the screen there now for you folks. Again, we're getting closer to 2,000 live viewers, so please do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, I'll be back at 9:30 with the Late Night Agenda news show. Another corner to the Reds. Come on, boys. It's been a great performance. I very much enjoyed watching this, and there's still over 15 minutes to go. I'm sure the lads are absolutely loving being back inside Anfield with crowds in again. It's lovely to see. Ball back. Cross in. Oh, lucky! Came all the way through to Reece Williams. I think he thought that maybe Origi was going to get on it, but Origi would have been offside, and I think he knew that in fairness to him, so he didn't go for it, but it ended up going through to Reece Williams, who couldn't direct a header. But again, good play from the Reds. How's Clarkson and Thiago doing? Yeah, I mean, Clarkson I've seen more of on the ball so far. Thiago does Thiago things, doesn't he? You know, keeps it ticking over, keeps the ball moving, keeps things going quickly. But I've been impressed with what I've seen from Clarkson. Oh, that is a beautiful ball. Oh, lucky Chambo. El Capitan Jordan Henderson with a slide rule pass through to Chamberlain, who tried to strike early because the angle was going against him. At the near post, the keeper touched it round, but beautiful slide rule pass from Jordan Henderson. I mean, what a man, what a club, what a team. Ball in. It's over everybody. We have a far side. Ball back in. Canade flicks it towards goal, but it's in the keeper's hand. I'm so happy with this performance today. I'm buzzing. Woodburn's done very well, Jep. Very well since he's come on. You know, credit where it's due. Ben Woodburn's had a very good game since he's come on. Not looked at all out of place out there. And I've been somebody who's openly said Woodburn, I think his time at the club is done. But today, what I've seen of him, he's been very, very good. And David says, I think this is mostly our B team. Yeah, I think this is the tough part, isn't it? Because we've always agreed that when you come to maybe the first 14, we've got as good a first 14 as anybody in the Premier League probably when you look at it right across. But it's when you start dropping into the 15 positions to maybe the 21 that, you know, we lack that real quality of depth. Well done, Queeveen. Comes out and smothers the danger. Although it was offside, but still, I'm giving him goalkeeping props because he's Irish. But yeah, I think it's just... And I suppose therein lies the headache for the manager and for any player coming in as well. Like, how do you say to them, look, our first 14 or 15 players are top notch, and if you want to come in here, then, you know, you're going to have to start off with limited game time and prove that you deserve to be in that 11. So, yes, you want players with that mentality, but at the same time, you know, there isn't an infinite amount of those type of people that believe in themselves that much. Kanade looking really good. Yep, agree. David, he's had a good game. What's the story with Origi? Is he going anywhere? Again, I'm going to say what I've said previously. I think the club are overpricing him. Now, if the club managed to get 20 million from, I'll look like an idiot and Michael Edwards will be right. But if we get to the end of the season and we need to loan out Origi, or he stops us being able to go out there and sign another overseas player, then I start to get frustrated because I think he's been priced out of a move. That's where I stand on the Origi situation. Is Bobby having a good game? He went off a while ago, but he scored 2 goals and yes, and played very well. And nearly had a hat-trick as well. Keeper made a good save from a header. Origi brings it down, feeds it into the right-hand channel. I just don't see Origi as being clinical enough for what we need. Like, if you're going to use an out-and-out striker in an out-and-out striker position, they're far better than Origi. If you want to bring somebody in off the left or right-hand side, they're far better than Origi. So I think his attributes are best suited to a team that want to play with a 9 through the centre and want him as a focal point. And I don't think that's Liverpool. So, you know, I don't ever want to talk down about any of our players, but I've been consistent for the last 18 months in saying I think we should move him on. But it has to be a move, of course, that works for him as well. I mean, that's only fair. You know, he's got a life and a career to look out for. And he has, you know, been part of some huge moments for us. Craig, what did you make of Curtis' injury? I hope it's okay. I'm hoping it's precautionary. But again, you know, it is all just guesswork until we get some more information from the club. A couple of changes here. Ben Davies going to get a few minutes, huh? Oh, Ben Davies. Nico Williams is coming off. He gives an applause to Anfield. Will that be his final appearance at Anfield? Because there has been talk of a possible move away. And the big man, Ibrahima Kanade. What a starting performance for him at Anfield. First game to both of the lads today. Great shift. Conor Bradley's coming on. Northern Irish youngster at right back. Looking forward to seeing him. Great stuff. He's the one that's been spoken about as coming in as maybe the backup to Trent if Nico moves on. And Ben Davies comes in for the last 10 minutes in place of Ibrahima Kanade, who I think we can all agree had a fantastic Anfield debut today. Who's Ian Rush's nephew? That's Owen Beck. It's his great nephew, Owen Beck, who was left back. Origi. Ball back. Reds move it out left hand side. Yeah, I'll be bomb Ben at 9:30, mate. 9:30 with the late night agenda. Just take a quick break. Ball over the top to Origi. lifts it over, and he shits the bed and puts it wide. And the flag was up though, but still, I think that's what, 4 half chances in the game for Origi so far. Kyle said, Craig, a player I haven't heard about in a while is Dele. Yeah, still at Juventus, mate, and I still stand over, Kyle, what I said at the time. It was an absolutely stupid move for him to go to Juventus. I would have advised him to stay at Ajax for another year, but I think Mina Raiola wanted that payday quickly because of the good season that Ajax had in the Champions League. But sometimes leaving a player to continue to develop is the right thing, which is why I say leaving the likes of Jude Bellingham at Dortmund for another year is probably the right thing to do. And I think that the move to Juventus, who, look, of course Juventus are a very good club, I just thought it was the wrong move for Dele at the wrong time personally, and I think he should have stayed at Ajax for another year, because the big move money will always be there if you're good enough, which he clearly is a talent. I just think it was the wrong move at the wrong time for him. Guessing Shaq and Nat haven't moved because of potential moves. Well, there's loads of talk. I mean, there's been it's an open form of discussion, mate, and we'll talk about it later on tonight, that Lyon have put in a bid for Shaqiri. Now, there still seems to be a distance in the valuation between what Lyon have offered and what we want. And look, Nat Phillips, I've told you guys from the end of last season right through that the plan is that Nat Phillips will move on. People have said, called me an idiot, slagged me off, told me Nat Phillips is the best thing since sliced bread and all of that stuff. And, you know, sometimes I know stuff, and if I'm very adamant and consistent in something, it's because I'm very, very confident that the people who've told me it know what they're talking about. And whether it's Brighton, whether it's Burnley, whether it's somewhere else, we'll have to wait and see with Nat Phillips. But let's be honest, he's not getting in the first 4 positions of our centre back, so he's 5th choice at best, and that's not fair to Nat, because he deserves to go and play. He's had some loan moves, and his own great form at the end of last season deserves him a move to the Premier League. So I think for him and his future career, it's time for him to put down roots. It's time for him to get regular football, and he deserves it. So if he goes, I think he'll go with a massive thank you from all of us, and you know, wish him the best of luck with whatever club he goes to, because, you know, without him we wouldn't have had enough centre backs to fill in. Simple as that. And he did very, very well. Jesus, Crosby's killing me here with the lineups. Another one sent. There you go. He's on. You can't say he's not on form today, though, folks. Mr. Crosby. He's playing a blinder today. Origi in possession. Just over 6 minutes to go, folks. And again, please do take a second to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. And don't forget, 9:30, I'll be back with a Late Night Agenda new show. Tomorrow, myself, Steve Bland and Jack Gill will be live at 8:45 with, I'm going to say a podcast, but I want to rename it because I think it's not a podcast anymore. It's going to be a live show. So that'll be tomorrow at 8:45. I'm recording with Alex Goldberg, who is a very well-known Chelsea fan, late tomorrow night. That video will be coming out on Friday, I think. And I'll be on That's Football with Mark Goldbridge for the Super Cup watch-along on Wednesday as well. And of course, don't forget to get over and check out Craig Station, my brand new channel that I've launched this year for some, well, it used to be Mundo Sporto, but we've rebranded it. And there's a couple of interviews up on there, one with Pieface, one with Alforan, and I have a couple more that I'm sorting out. That'll be up in the coming week. So yeah, keep it tuned, loads of content coming out. No, I think the show needs to have the word committee in it somewhere, Addison. I like the idea of the word committee, because the beauty of the having the three of us, of me, Jack and Steve, is we're 3 different personalities. So I'm at, and depending on what hour of the day it is, Steve's a proper journalist, former BBC journalist, part of one of the UK's biggest podcasts in You, Me and the Big C, and somebody who knows what he's on about. So he's very reserved and very deep when he thinks. And then we've got Jack 6-0 Gill, who is like a younger version of me. A little bit of you never know what you're going to get. So I think it makes for a good trio. And you're going to see a lot more of Jack throughout the season as well. Jack will be joining me for some more shows. He'll have his own post-match reaction shows after game. He'll be live on the Anfield Agenda socials with the team news announcement shows as well. So we're trying to up our game. Ball in! Oh, lucky! Oh, lucky. Oh, Reece Williams should have had himself a goal at the far post there. Beautiful ball in from Chamberlain again. Look at the measurement on that. And he just couldn't sort his footing out there, Reece Williams. But again, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, take a bow. He is my man of the match without a shadow of a doubt. And as somebody pointed out to me earlier on, I know they're not sponsoring this stream, but if you do or are going to be having a look on manscaped.com, don't forget you can get 20% off with our code WF for Foxtrot, M for Mike, 20, all 3 letters and 2 numbers, and that'll get you 20% off anything at manscaped.com, whether it's on sale, whether it's brand new like the Performance Package 4.0. Get yourselves over there and check it out. They will be the sponsor. That you'll see them sponsoring the late night agenda later on tonight. They are going to sponsor that show, which is great for us. Yeah, so for me, look, man of the match has to be Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, I think he's been sensational. I really, really do. I would take Canade, Simon, if I had to pick one of those two for the season to start. Strike! Unlucky. Deflection. Ball goes behind for a corner. Ben, I'd be amazed if Van Dijk starts on Saturday, mate. I think it's just a week too early. I'm fully expecting Canade and Matip to start against Norwich on Saturday. Corner in. Header from Hendo. Can't direct it goalwards and it goes behind. Great to see the captain getting some minutes because he came back so late, obviously, because England got to the final of the Euros. This is his first minutes in pre-season. Gets on the end of that corner but can't direct his header and it goes high up into the cup. How have Thiago and Hendo been? Thiago's been buzzing around doing bits, but Hendo's just finding his feet. I never want to be critical or read too much into pre-season, except for the Harvey Elliott love-in, because I'm all aboard that, by the way. Harvey Elliott, just give him the Ballon d'Or now. Didn't even play today, but just give him the Ballon d'Or anyway. Love your channel, mate, said Scott. Thank you, buddy. That means a lot. I hope you've subscribed. Osasuna in down the right. Ball in deep. Well defended, boys. Well defended. Origi does well to keep it in right hand side. Good man. Divock goes past man. And then wins a throw in. Throw into Liverpool just inside our own half. Taki was brilliant. Very good today, Chris. I mean, Tsimikas was really good. Minamino was really good. Chamberlain's been my man of the match. Canade was excellent. I mean, look, there's very few negatives at all to be taken out of today's performance. I thought all the boys, Ben Woodburn, put in a very good shift as well. I've very few complaints today whatsoever. I've been very happy with what I've seen from the lads. Ball down the line. Another chance to whip across in. It'll go behind for yet another corner to the Reds. This time right hand side. The Norwich game, the kick-off time, Lara, is at 5:30 PM UK time on Saturday. I'll be live from 5. Go on, Chambo. Little flick to the back post. Header! Oh, top of the net. Reece Williams must be wondering what he has to do to get on the score sheet today. He's had a couple of chances and now his header just sails just over the top of the bar as well, after a lovely little flick from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. The 90 minutes are up, ladies and gentlemen. The referee has blown his whistle and it's all over at Anfield. Liverpool have defeated Osasuna by 3-1. And yeah, brilliant. Great to see fans back in again. Great to see the lads getting some minutes. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain I thought was simply outstanding. Woodburn was really good. Tsimikas was really good. Just a damn good day's work at the office for the Reds. I'm going to go now because I'll be back at 9:30 with the late night agenda. I will talk to you guys really soon. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I hope to see you at 9.